Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. Thank you so much for joining us today on a Wednesday. I know it's not our typical Tuesday afternoon, but we really appreciate everyone's patience with us as we were dealing with some technical difficulties yesterday with our streaming service. But we're here. We are here and ready to provide some really incredible opportunities with you, our community. So really excited to have everyone here that's tuning in. As always, if you're a transitioning service member, a veteran, or military spouse, tell us where you are watching from and a little bit more about yourself in the comments. Also, if it's your first time with us here at Hot Jobs, we love seeing first-time viewers. So just give a little shout out, say you're first-time viewers so we can welcome you. And just thank you so much for taking a couple minutes out of your day to spend some time with us here to learn more about the opportunities we have to share with you, our community. So in our recruiting team here at HireMilitary, we really do desire to help as many of you as humanly possible spring into a new career this year. So as you are introducing yourself, we'd love to know what kind of roles are you searching for? What kind of industries, what kind of job titles? If it's driven by a specific location, if you can share that in the chats with us, it really helps us to know what you're looking for out there. What is our military demographic, searching for in their new roles? And not only does it give us a chance to learn more about you, it gives you a chance to learn more about each other as well. So wow, everyone's coming on here. Jeremy, Joel, Esther, Titus, welcome, Walter, Crystal, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. It's so great to see everyone. Keep taking time to introduce yourself in the chats, and we will do the same here as well. I'm Kate Wood. I'm a recruiter here at HireMilitary. I'm an Army veteran and a current military spouse. My husband is still on active duty in the Army, and we are stationed near Eglin Air Force Base in Northwest Florida. As we all know, spring break is upon us. It's kind of that season of the year. So as you're introducing yourself in the chats, we'd love to hear more about if you have special spring break plans with your families. For my family, my in-laws are here visiting from Nebraska, and they brought their camper. So lucky for my husband and I, my mother and father-in-law have graciously taken our 3 kiddos into their camper at their campground for the week. So that is exciting for me. I'd love to hear what everyone else has planned for spring break. Lucy, I know you had some exciting spring break adventures over the last week as well.
I did. Hi, everybody. It's so lovely to be back because I had my spring break last week. I am Lucy Robinson. I look after the recruiting and talent acquisition team here at HireMilitary. I am an active duty Air Force spouse, and we are currently stationed in Eielson Air Force Base, which is Fairbanks, Alaska. So if you're Army, Fort Wainwright is just up the road. So we took huge advantage of the fact that we had a week off to escape the freezingness of Alaska. And we headed down to Florida. We were in Orlando for the week, and it was amazing. My parents flew in. I haven't seen them since before COVID, so it's been nearly 2.5 years. And we had the best time. A bit of a journey coming home. But this time last week when we were doing the LinkedIn Live, I was stood in a line in Disney World watching everybody. So I'm glad to be back. But honestly, I wish I was still in the 90 degrees worth of weather rather than, it's 4 degrees here today. How about you, Amber? What are you up to?
Hey, Lucy. Thank you so much. So quick introduction. My name's Amber. I'm also on the recruiting team here. I'm an Air Force veteran. My husband is still active duty Air Force. We're in San Antonio. So spring break plans. We had talked briefly about trying to get tickets to the basketball game this week for March Madness, but I'm not so sure that's going to happen. Otherwise, though, just enjoying some spring weather here and really excited to share some roles today. Kadeen, what about you?
Hey, Amber. For my spring break, y'all, I shoveled snow, so that was fun. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer, so we're wanting to go see a little bit more of the mountains, and I'm not an outdoorsy person, so pray for me, y'all. But everyone, my name is Katie, and I am an Air Force veteran. I say a veteran because I'm still in the process of transitioning out the military. I relocated from Oklahoma, which I was stationed for the entirety of my career, over to Denver, and I've just been here settling, exploring all of that good stuff. So it's my pleasure to meet y'all's acquaintance again, and we look forward to sharing all the roles that we have in store.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's one of my favorite parts about being a fully remote company. We're all located in different places across the country, obviously dealing with different weather and all the things. So it's always great to touch base and see how everyone's doing. And if you've tuned into a recent broadcast, you'll remember that we take the last 5 to 10 minutes to answer job search related questions everything from resume advice, interviews, job searching, networking, all of that, and anything else. So today we're going to throw it to you, the audience. So if you have specific questions regarding any of those things or others, skill bridge questions, anything that in regards to employment or transition, please type those in the chat. So we're going to compile all those questions. And then at the end, like I mentioned, we'll take the last 5 to 10 minutes to try to answer as many questions as we have time for. So please just keep typing those questions in the chats and we'll get to them at the end. So back to hot jobs that we'll be discussing today. Just as some information, as we share roles, if you are interested in any of the roles we share, whether it's a SkillBridge internship or a direct hire opportunity, you can just type the name of that job title into the chats and we'll be able to reach out to you with a link to those roles. We have another person from our recruiting team, Brandy Walker. I know she's already been active in the chats. She's going to be putting the links to those roles directly in. So if you type that you're interested in a production operations manager role, Brandy will hit that link to you in the chats. And you'll be able to go see the full position description and where you can apply as well. So let's get into it. Kadeen, you are up first offering some DoD SkillBridge internships.
Thank you, Kate. Yes, guys, I have a few positions that y'all may be interested in. So first of those experience is for a company called Aurora Flight Science. So this company is actually a subsidiary of Boeing. So what they're looking for is someone who has at least 7 years of experience with aircraft maintenance. This person must have their FAA and AP license, in addition to have previous experience at deployed remote location, dealing with customer maintenance person of contacts. Bachelor's degree is preferred, but it is not required. So once again, that is the Aurora Flight Science position. Go ahead and look that up. Brandy will put the link in the comment section. So the next role that we do have is a production supervisor role. So for this role, they're seeking someone who can be a supervisor, lead a team, manage and motivate personnel. You have to have 2 to 3 years of experience as a team lead or be in a similar role to a team lead, in addition to 2 to 3 years of manufacturing experience or something that is similar. Prior technical experience with electrical, plumbing, carpentry is highly preferred, but it is not required. So yes, that is that role. And then the next one we have is the production operations manager that we have with the company named Masonite. So for this position, you will be responsible for manufacturing operation in addition to maximizing manufacturing production. For this role, you have to have a bachelor's degree. This one is required. This degree can be in mechanical engineering or operational. That is highly preferred. You have to have a minimum of 5 to 7 years of related experience in manufacturing leadership. So that is our awesome role with Masonite. Once again, go ahead and check that out in the comments section. Y'all, this is the game changer. We have a sales engineer position with Splunk. Now, what is a sales engineer position? This is a position where you're working with an account management team and you're bringing the technical expertise for their role. And you're basically dealing with various different companies on the sales side of stuff. Even though this is a sales position, I want to say this is an entry-level IT position, right? So once you're interning for this company, you do get your door inside of the company. You're able to have an entry-level IT experience and you're able to get certification while doing it and you're able to pivot your career. What is the requirement for this position? You have to have 3 to 5 years of full-time employment in any position. Once again, this is unheard of. This is with a great company called Splunk. It is huge in data and IT. So if you are that person wanting to pivot into that arena, this is the position for you. They want someone who is able to meet and exceed any expectation that is given to them. Someone who's passionate about cloud, technology, analytics, data. If that is you, this may be the role for you. They're really big on personality and making sure that this person is the right fit. So these are the roles that I have. Once again, all these roles that I have are DoD SkillBridge opportunities. These only apply for veterans, transitioning members that are retiring or separating. So if any of these are interest of you, go ahead, look at the link that Brandy is putting in the comment section and apply. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, Kadeen. And just as a reminder, the roles that Kadeen just shared are DoD SkillBridge internships. They are eligible for transitioning service members in their last 6 months of time on active duty. Again, she mentioned 4 roles today, but we have over 150 different opportunities, both on-site and some that are fully remote for DoD SkillBridge internships on our site. So please, if you didn't hear of something today, definitely go take a look. There might be something there for you for a DoD SkillBridge internship. So thanks so much, Kadeen. I know Brandy was dropping those links into the chat, so definitely take a look at the full position descriptions, and those links will guide you directly to where you can apply as well. So thank you so much. And next up, Amber, we have some opportunities for those that are looking for direct hire.
Yes, yeah. So here's the beginning of our opportunities. The first one that I have to share is a senior accountant position. This is located in Alexandria, Virginia. So our client is a HubZone certified small business. They have a global operational footprint, and they have really an expertise across the federal enterprise. And so in this senior accountant position, they do prefer a bachelor's in accounting and finance or in math, with 3 to 5 years experience in accounting overall, and some experience with government contracts is preferred. So that's a senior accountant position in Alexandria, Virginia. The next one that I have to share is a credit analyst, and this is in Little Rock, Arkansas, with a really, really great company. They're about a 180-year-old company, actually, so they come with a really rich history. They're an industry leader in metal processing and distribution, and for this particular credit analyst position, you'll be maintaining and improving the accounts receivable portfolio for our client. They do prefer an NACM designation as well as some credit experience. They are absolutely open to training for this particular position, and also open to people that have a little bit more senior level to kind of talk, at different job titles, credit analyst, senior credit analyst. So that's in Little Rock, Arkansas. Again, a really, really great company. The last position that I have is actually for our military spouses. This is a program manager position located in DC, but they're open to completely remote if the right person is not located in DC. They do require a master's degree in either business, marketing, event planning, event management, something along those lines, even communication or a related field, but a master's degree is required. As well as 5 years of supervisory experience in program or project management. This program manager will be working directly with our military spouse demographic, so it's a really, really exciting opportunity. So, of course, some experience working alongside military or, the like is definitely preferred, military spouse.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Amber. And again, the direct hire opportunities that Amber shared and some that I will share later on as well, those are open for transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses, anyone that's affiliated with the military. Our employers specifically come to HireMilitary looking to hire from a military demographic. So all of you are welcome to apply for any of the roles that we mentioned in terms of direct hire. So again, Amber mentioned the senior accountant, the credit analyst, and the program manager. And I know Brandy has been dropping those links into the chats as well. I have several roles to share with you today as well. The first being a senior solutions designer. This is a really exciting opportunity. We just spoke with this company this morning, so this is hot off the press. This position is located in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a family-owned and operated company. They've been in business for over 60 years. And when I say family-owned and operated, their culture is definitely reminiscent of that. They really try to maintain a family atmosphere within their company, very supportive, collaborative environment. And they're looking for a senior solutions designer to come in and work alongside their sales team in designing and implementing fire security alarm systems for their clients. So the main prerequisite for this role is someone that has extensive fire security system experience. If you've dealt with fire alarms, security alarms, and understand fire codes, this role is definitely for you. There is great potential within this role for growth within the company as well. And again, that's located in St. Louis, Missouri. The next role I have is really exciting. I know we get asked a lot about roles within healthcare, and we just had a new client come on that's a healthcare company, and they are looking for a nurse reviewer. This is a fully remote role. In this position, you will primarily be responsible for conducting post-service prepayment in-depth claim review. They're looking for someone that has an RN, that is required, and someone that has coding and DRG experience as well. This is a very competitive salary. And again, it's fully remote. So if you're, meet those qualifications and are interested, please take a look at that nurse reviewer role that is fully remote. And last but not least, I have a facility manager position, in North Charleston, South Carolina. This is with a nationwide tank cleaning company. They have over 80 locations, both in the United States and throughout Canada. And they are looking for someone with really great leadership experience and skills to manage that facility in North Charleston. They need someone with at least 3 years of management experience. This can be a transitioning service member coming straight out of the military. And again, the location is North Charleston, which is fantastic. Charleston is a great city. And again, that's a facility manager position. So if you are interested in any of those roles, you can just type the names of the role into the chats. Again, that was Senior Solutions Designer, Nurse Reviewer, and Facility Manager right into the chats. I know Brandy's been dropping those links as well. So thanks so much, everyone. Those are all the roles we have to offer today for DoD SkillBridge internship and direct hire. So next up, we're going to pitch it to Lucy. We've been seeing all these amazing questions come into the chats. We're going to try to get to all of them that we can, but as we go, keep typing questions in. If we can't get to them today, we'll try to hit them next week. So Lucy.
Hey, yes. Okay, so I had something prepared for today just in case we didn't get any questions, because we don't normally go live on a Wednesday afternoon. We didn't quite know how many people would be here, but I have been blown away by all of the comments. I see Matt and Brandy, who are two of our other recruiters from HireMilitary, in the comments, so they've answered a few. So I'm really hoping that I don't duplicate any responses here. So I am going to go to a question from Esther, first of all. She said, we need interview tips to help land good jobs, especially in accounting. And so, I could talk for hours about this, but I'm going to try and give the Cliff's Notes about how to really smash your interview and do the best job that you possibly can. The first thing is you need to find out what sort of interview it is. And if you don't know what that means, then we definitely need to do some work together and some research. There are different types of interviews, but the most common these days are situational or behavioral based interviews. And you'll know those ones because they normally start off, the questions are, can you tell me about a time? Can you describe a situation when? Tell me when you have been in this situation and what you have done. And I guess what I would do, Esther, if I was you, is I first of all would go back to every time you are offered an interview, go back to the company and say, can you tell me, can you confirm what sort of interview this is? And when they say situational or behavioral, which 9.5 times out of 10 they're going to do that, then I would personally suggest you Google situational interview questions accounting, and I tell you thousands will come up, and it will be overwhelming. So what you then would do is you would take a look at the job description, you would take a look at the competencies and the roles and responsibilities, and kind of match those up against questions that you are seeing, and really take the opportunity to practice those questions in your head. If you're not familiar, the STAR acronym is what you want to work to, and the best, most exhaustive yet succinct answers encompass the STAR acronym. So STAR, S, set the scene. Where were you? What were you doing? Well, what were you doing is the T, actually. Task. What were you doing? Who asked you to do it? A is for action. What did you do? How did you do it? Where did you do it? Who did you get involved? And then the R is the result. How did it all work out? And then just to add that bonus point at the end, it's always good to say what you learned from it and how you would encounter that problem or that situation if you were to come across it again in the future, just to show that you have grown and you've got a better understanding, and you can utilize that experience moving forward. So that's my piece of advice there. And if you want more information, if you go onto our HireMilitary page, I have got some pre-recorded videos on there about this specific situation. Then we go to a question from Frank. He said, do you guys recruit for contracting jobs overseas? Frank, I'm really sorry, we don't. I would love to be able to facilitate that. But at the moment, we don't have any clients that are looking for or looking to fill vacancies overseas. And that goes for Stephen as well. I may have an English accent, but no, we don't cater to UK vets, unfortunately, at this time. We are very much US focused. Devontrian has said he's having a hard time landing a job after the army. when I see that, Kate and Amber, KD, and I don't know if you agree, when I see having a hard time landing a job, that potentially means to me that you are not being successful at application. So you're having a tricky time being offered an interview. So I would identify there that your barrier to entry is your resume. And really, with that in mind, you must, if you're finding that you're having a hard time, your resume probably isn't as competitive as it can be for the roles that you're applying to. You've probably heard the phrase target or tailor your resume before. I don't really have enough time to go into that in full detail right now, but essentially what that means is making sure that the experience and the skill set that they are looking for from the job description is replicated and identified in your resume. Don't assume because you know that you can do the job that the person who knows nothing about you can read the same from your resume. You need to make sure that you include all of their keywords into your resume, identify if they're looking for A through D in terms of requirements, that you've literally copied and pasted those, ideally in the professional summary at the top, but if not, throughout your resume, so that when they do read your document, you've crafted it so that it identifies you as a really stellar candidate. And that's really easy for me to say because I've been in this industry for 22 years. So what I would suggest you do is, and I encourage you to partner with an organization like VetJobs, so vetjobs.com. And they give free assistance to the military affiliated population for resume support, guidance, and interview skills as well. So they are a key corporate partner of ours and really do suggest that you engage with them. What else have we got, guys? Or would you agree with me? Sorry, I just monologued, even though I asked your opinion there.
Fantastic. I think you were spot on with, we see comments on LinkedIn or even people in the chats that have come on Hot Jobs. People that say I've applied to over 100 roles. I haven't gotten any interviews. And it's definitely a good time to take a step back and assess like what your process has been to that point. Are you submitting the same exact resume for every role? So all of your advice was absolutely fantastic, Lucy. And I'm glad that you mentioned VetJobs because there's been a couple questions about, do we at HireMilitary offer resume review, interview, one-on-ones? And unfortunately at this time we don't, but like Lucy mentioned, we have an amazing partner in VetJobs and they do all of that and more. They do one-on-one career skills coaching. So please take a look at them. They're a great partner of ours and they will be a fantastic resource for resume review, interview prep, and all of that as well. So just wanted to caveat on that as well. Let's see what some of the next questions.
I've got a response to the Stephanies, the two of you. You said it's a Stephanie thing. Let's not make it a Stephanie thing. So I've been in the same industry for 11 years and I'm looking to transition out of it. I know I have a passion for people and customer service, but I'm struggling to figure out what sort of role would fit me best. Any advice? Absolutely. I just talked about vetjobs.com. Their sister company or the same company, they have militaryspouseJobs.com as well. Connect with them and you will engage with, it's a free resource, a career counselor who can really talk you through that. Identify what you enjoy, what your skill set is, what your passion is, and more importantly, what you don't like. What I always suggest to people as well is there's a little known tool called Google Jobs. Go into Google Jobs, type in whatever your parameters are. So you, let's say you live in Charleston, South Carolina, and you want to work remotely, or you want to work in accountancy. So go into Google Jobs, type remote vacancies, Charleston, South Carolina. And this is really for your due diligence and your discovery. It will bring up all of those remote positions in that area at this point in time. And you can scan through and you can see every job that's available. And you need a parameter like a location or something just so that you're not getting the whole of Google Jobs because you don't have time to go through 10 billion positions. Or, if you want to be in the HR field, remote HR vacancies. And you can go through and you can see, oh, this looks like it's interesting to me. Oh, I like the look of this. Oh, I'm qualified for this. And then what will become apparent are the job titles that interest you. So then you can start to filter and funnel down your search from there. And I think that's always a good starter for 10 when you're lost, overwhelmed, and you don't quite know what you're doing. But equally, I would encourage you to secure a career counselor as well, because they will be able to talk you through that. What else have we got?
I
We've got
saw a
loads.
question pertaining to someone that would like to do PMP training. Is it possible to do it after transitioning out? And
Yes,
I think
it
the
is.
best resource we can suggest for that, Lucy, is O2O,
Yeah.
Onward to Opportunity.
Onward
It's a
to
great resource.
Opportunity. There is a great resource. If you Google IVMF, it comes up with Onward to Opportunity, and they have so many different courses, programs, and certifications that are accessible to our military community with no cost incurred. So that's definitely something that I would encourage you to do.
Fantastic. And you can use spouses, veterans, transitioning service members. Everyone is included in their program, which is really great. I did see a question regarding MEB, and I think Brandy kind of answered it in the chats as well, but people that are in the medical evaluation board process being able to utilize the SkillBridge program. And we've had candidates that have been in the MEB process and still been able to utilize SkillBridge. So it is a little bit more dependent on your specific timeline and whatnot as well, but that's definitely a possibility. So I think she suggested talking to Matt Hart, which is another one of the people on our team. Definitely suggest connecting to them. And I know Brandy's happy to answer questions on that as well. Let's see here. What other questions do we have? Someone asked about if we have any software engineering positions, and we do. I think Brandy put the link to our full careers page in the chat there. We do have several software engineer positions available right now, so please check that out. And also, if there's other positions that you don't see currently, but you still want to be notified about further openings that we have, you can join our talent pool. It's a really simple application. You just upload your resume and give us some insights into what you're looking for, if your job search is guided by any certain location, and you can join our talent pool, and then we send you the newest opportunities that fit your criteria as they come. So that's definitely something I can recommend if you don't see anything of interest to you currently on our careers page as well.
And Gordon asked if there are any cybersecurity positions. We do have those as well. So definitely take a look at our careers page. There's a couple more here. Stephanie again asked if there are any free resources for veterans for tech certification. Go to O2O first and take a look and see what they've got. In fact, Brandy's put the link right above your comment, so you can see that. And Julius has corroborated us and said that it's an amazing program. So I'm really pleased to see. And Richard as well. They're both with them at the moment. Okay, so Alana has asked about positions and zeroing in on Amazon. She's asked, is it all right to message recruiters with Amazon and or people who currently work for them in the with regard to the positions that you're interested in? It's tricky to answer that question because there's multiple facets to it. So is it okay? Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Will they respond to you? I don't know. Let me tell you, here at HireMilitary, Kate, Amber, Brandy, KD, and me on a daily basis get huge amounts of DMs that we just don't have the opportunity to respond to every single day. So if you are messaging them, I would make sure that you also have applied for the position as well. Or if you're messaging them for specific information, make your ask a short, direct one. There is nothing worse than opening up my LinkedIn inbox and seeing an essay of a question or an essay of a DM from somebody, because I just don't have the time to read through it and then respond accordingly. So honestly, I close it and think, oh, I'll come back to it later, but often later never comes. And the reason why I say it's multiple and dual faceted is if it's a smaller company, you're much more likely to get a more personal response or even a response. Amazon is a different beast. So if they don't respond to you, there's probably a reason why, or they just don't have the ability to. Or if you've had the great idea to ask them a question, so has 500,000 other people. So I know that doesn't give you a great answer, but it just gives you an insight into what some of the Fortune 100 or even Fortune 250 companies are dealing with, those recruiters, when it comes to instant messaging or DMs. Yeah. What else are we missing, Kate? What else have we got?
I think we've been able to touch on most of the questions, which has been great. We can't thank you enough for these questions. I know if you have them, probably others in the broadcast do as well. And it just gives us really great information to know about other things that we can focus on in further broadcasts to kind of help to answer questions. So we are coming up on the 30-minute mark. We want to be respectful of everyone's time. But please, if you're watching this on as a replay, type those questions into the chats. We can hopefully get to them in the comments, or if not, we can answer them in a further broadcast as well. So again, thank you to everyone for being on today, for everyone that joined, for interacting, for people that were answering questions in the chats too that were outside of our team. We just love how collaborative the military community is. It's just really exciting every week to see that interaction. So thanks to Brandy for being in the chats as well, providing those links, and to Lucy and Amber and Kadeen for providing more information about our open roles and providing that great information, Lucy, on job search tips and whatnot as well. So we hope to see everyone next week for another Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.